Hi, I'm Justin.
Also, I hate the way my voice sounds, so if you can do whatever Photoshop does to voices, make me sound awesome.
And this is my lovely friend,
The beauty in the eyes of the beholder, and it's just about getting into the seat of being the beholder.
Hayley.
I don't think you have to be particularly perceptive. I just think you have to look up.
This podcast is mostly just her telling me stories.
If you expose yourself to the possibility that this might be really awkward, there can be something just really cool on the other side of it.
She thinks that her life and way of looking at things are
Oh, I was kind of waiting on you. I thought you were getting your stuff ready. You're waiting on me?
pretty normal.
You got to edit out all the misinformation about the Amish.
Maybe you can relate.
I would like a chance to re-sing the Amish Paradise.
If you want lighthearted stories
All right, you want to talk about goats?
and stream of consciousness,
I just woke up and needed some friends, and so I bought them.
then you're gonna like the Sunny Side Up podcast.
Sunny side up, sunny side up, sunny side up, sunny side up.
So, if you're at all like me, you may feel that you're living in a world that can be a bit overwhelming and confusing at times. I'm also a huge fan of podcasts, documentaries, docudramas, stories, and of just information in general. Between all of that and the social media and news, sometimes our brains can feel like they're on overload. Hayley and I hope that this podcast can be something of an antidote to all of that. Like little jello shots of joy and distraction. None of it is too serious or really too informative. Mostly it's just two friends who have conversational chemistry talking about whatever enters the minds of relatively ADHD people. We hope you enjoy.
What was your first job? My first job was selling snow cones. We've talked about that. You knew because that was Fort White.
Yeah.
And we did that. We would do it on the weekends at festivals, and it was, yuck, hated it. I didn't even like to eat snow cones. Now I will pay money for other people to make my snow cones.
Yeah.
Why didn't I eat them whenever they were free?
I don't know. That is weird. How could you not like a snow cone, by the way?
It was just syrup poured over ice, and that's disgusting.
Okay.
But now
It's kind of
I
delightful.
love it. The older
Yeah.
you get,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just more accepting of wonderful things, I suppose. But
Yeah.
at the time, I didn't like it. But the mall Santa Claus was my second. What were your first jobs?
Well, it depends on how you count it. So, are you talking the little odd jobs you do as a teenager, or like your real job?
How did you make money? Dealer's choice. Tell us the details you want us to know.
So, remember, in the world that I came up in, a boy by 18 absolutely had to be married. So, right. So you started at around 14. If you started doing online high school, or not online, correspondence high school, right? Because none of us went to actual high schools, like public schools. So you could sort of get your way through, you could get a diploma through correspondence school and be working between 14 or 15 to 18 years old. Because you knew at 18 years old, you're going to be married and you better have stuff figured out. So I did every physical job you can imagine, pretty much I did a little something with. I cleared land, I did plumbing, I helped do construction in houses, mostly the framing side of it, not the real technical stuff, but framing. I framed several houses. So yeah, all of that was the little odd jobs. Excuse me, I don't know what my deal is with my throat today. But yeah, I did all those odd jobs. And then my first job would have been, I think I was 17 years old, and I went to work for one of the people in our quote unquote group. His name was Shane, really, really smart guy, and he had multiple businesses, including one that was a repair and sales center for mowers and lawn equipment. And so I was selling lawn equipment, including large tractors. In fact, I remember this is where I learned, in sales, you start to get a sense of who your customer is. You start to judge books by covers, and that way, you know who to waste time on and who not to. But I got bit because there was this one time this dude came in a rusty pickup truck, overalls, dirty, totally smelled funny. And he's out there looking at Kubota, and I'm like, I'm going to do the Christian thing. I'm going to go over, say a few words to him. and then leave him alone for like the guy that's over there that's got the loafers and looks like he's got money. And so I kind of went over and I said hi to him real quick, and he's spitting and what heard this thing didn't, all these questions I didn't really know, and so I just left him. And one of the other sales guys walked out, and this dude, I can't remember if he had $25,000 or $35,000 in his pocket.
Ugh.
In cash.
Yeah.
And I missed, and I went over to the other guy, and I think his story was he wanted to buy a tractor, but he didn't have the credit, and he had no money. And Justin learned some big lessons that day. Oh, my goodness.
Like, that's a whole metaphor.
A whole metaphor.
Yeah. First of all, I see a rusty pickup truck and overalls, and I'm like, this is the guy who's going to buy a tractor.
Right. No, I was, right.
Like
this is,
the clean-cut guy, not so much.
Yeah.
Oh,
17-year-old Justin had so much to learn about these things.
I'm so sad for 17-year-old Justin missing out on that commission. One time I bought a tractor, and the incentive was if you bought this tractor during this period of time, you would get a set of diamond earrings. And I did, in fact, get a set of diamond earrings for buying a tractor.
For buying a tractor?
Yeah, I thought...
That's a weird pairing, right?
Thank you so much, because I was like, could I maybe just get a different implement?
Yeah.
Like, instead of the earrings, like I could use a front end loader. Like, give me some credit or a bush hog. But,
and by the way, like, let's face it, most people that are going to be buying a tractor, that's going to tip more heavy to the male side. Is it like we're going for our select few gay audience that would really enjoy these beautiful
bling.
I like to dazzle as I do my yard? Or is it like, I don't buy my wife Jack Diddley squat, so I'm gonna like kill two birds with one stone here?
I think
like, what are we doing?
That had to be it. They if she's gonna gripe that you're buying yourself this thing,
oh my God,
then
Hayley, you just nailed it.
So it's not, but that would work.
I went from that was another man in overalls moment.
I'm
like,
here to
how
educate.
stupid are they? And then like, oh my God, another genius.
The thing is that tractor that I was buying was expensive, capable. Like, it's a good machine. We were buying it for like work related reasons.
Yeah.
Any man who is buying that tractor is doing it for income producing reasons. Yeah. No woman should gripe at him about it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting, but maybe ill-advised sort of incentive on that sale. But for like guns, that would be so great. Guys go out and spend so much money on hunting equipment, and that's where women are like, you don't need another gun, you already have so many.
Yeah.
Throw in the extra luxury brand purse or jewelry with the purchase of a gun, and I promise you will have some men signing up for it. Who do I submit this suggestion to?
I was just going to say,
I think that's a good idea.
Somebody out there, if you do this and you take Hayley's advice and your sales go up,
we just want to know. Let us know that it worked.
No, I'm taking a step up with you and me. You are not you. If you have a conscience, mail a check. I'll give you an address. Mail a check.
So the tractor was a John Deere, so we were at the John Deere dealership, and whenever we were going through the sale, I mentioned, and I was like, how about these earrings? Yeah. Because my earrings, I buy the multi-pack of silver hoops at the dollar store, and that's what I wear all the time, so when I lose them, I don't have to feel sad. I just
go, like a highfalutin white woman.
Right. But I was like, how about these diamond earrings? He's like, oh my gosh, you're right. That is what's happened. Like, that's a current promotion. Yeah. Nobody else has claimed that yet. And I was like, nobody's bought a tractor? And he's like, we all forgot to. So that's how little the purchasers of these tractors really cared about this, that they would make the purchase and not even claim the, but they mailed them to me, these high dollar diamond earrings that have been sitting in my jewelry box ever since. I think I wore them one time. I may not have. They may still be in there.
Yeah, but what would have been the occasion for a highfalutin white woman? What would she have?
I mean, occasionally we have to get dressed up for things. I mean, we don't...
chickens don't care.
Not many occasions, but every now and then, like, somebody has a, I don't know, funeral. Do you wear diamonds to a funeral? Is that disrespectful? I tend to lean towards pearls, given the choice between diamonds and pearls. But
for funerals specifically, or just in general?
Just general dress wear, pearls... Okay. It's just something kind of fascinating.
Of you?
Well, it's just...
Like, do we have high heels? Like, now, and I need to picture the whole thing. Are we doing, like, pearl necklace, high heels? Are we looking, like, Leave It to Beavery? Or, like, what?
There's a country music song about blue jeans with pearls. No, I just... my uncle sent me some when he moved to China. And he I'm moving this.
Yeah. There's gonna be
He moved to China and he sent them as a souvenir / thinking of y'all gift. And I think they were probably just, I don't know, cultured. I don't know if they were real or not. But sentimentally, that's what I tend to pick up. If I'm getting dressed up, that's the thing that I prefer to wear most.
Yeah, I like that.
But the tractor diamond earrings should still be in my jewelry box. If you know somebody that needs some nice diamond studs, I will pass them their way.
That's right. That's great.
I had forgotten about that. About that particular sales promotion. Ugh.
That's fantastic. I love that. Hello, lovely friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And it would mean the world if you would tell other people about this podcast and maybe even spam your social media accounts with just how much you're enjoying it. If you are, of course. Also, commenting and rating us on whatever platform you're downloading or streaming from is incredibly helpful to a little startup podcast like this one. On the other hand, if you are dissatisfied with your listening experience, please leave all of that hate on someone else's podcast. Just maybe to confuse them a little bit, right? But most of all, we hope you keep looking up and looking for the sunny side of life.